the Auburn Blitz Podcast, your direct source for all Auburn all the time with Brett Pritchard, Faith Richardson, and Randy Lee.
And there we are.
Hi, guys.
We are live at JR Sports Bar and Grill today.
In Alex City.
The Summer Road Show continues for Auburn Blitz. We're glad that you have joined us, and all of you that will be joining us as we just now get going. We appreciate it. And the TV side will start here in about 5 minutes, so we'll really dive into things. Auburn baseball today, going to be start of regional play for Auburn. They won't have the first game. The first game will be NC State and Stetson. Is that 1 or 2 o'clock? I don't have it.
1.
So 1 o'clock, yep. And then Auburn at 6 tonight if the weather holds off. I think it will. Hopefully it will be good. So we'll talk obviously about that and that matchup with Central Connecticut State. A lot of official visitors on campus. So we talked about it this morning a little bit on the podcast, and we'll kind of give an update there. Remind everybody on Monday we'll have Jason Caldwell with us from 24/7. He'll give us a full recap on how the weekend goes, and hopefully it goes really well for Auburn on a lot of these guys. And it's also where some guys move some visits around. So we'll talk about that. And, a couple of people that we really stressed that were important this past week for Auburn coming in on this visit. We'll talk about those again. Tahad Pettiford coming back obviously was a big deal this week. We talked about that this morning. And, again, when you look at the key piece coming back on this basketball team for Auburn, it was Tahad Pettiford. And it was going to send Bruce Pearl scrambling to try to figure out who was going to be the guy he could grab out of the portal. And, of course, you weren't going to find somebody comparable to Tahad Pettiford, but you were going to have to go find somebody else. And you couldn't start Caden Magwood, a true freshman in the SEC. So just what a relief having him back. Philippe Jovic, I believe is how you can pronounce his name. I think, maybe, sort of, kind of. I don't know. Another big man from Europe. What do you think about that, by the way, going overseas and grabbing a guy?
This isn't the first time Bruce or any of them have done that before. So I
Right.
think, it's not as surprising as some other programs. If they were to do it, it might be. But you've seen just the development that the mind, I guess, of Bruce Pearl and how he can develop guys. And I think he's definitely sees something in him where he wants that on his team.
Yeah, we'll break that down too. Really, really good player. Been playing in a semi-pro league over in Europe the last couple of years. And so he's going to come in. That's going to be a big boost in the front court for Auburn. We'll talk about that and a lot more. So we got a ton we're going to go over. If you are in Alexander City today, as you can see behind us, it's got a kind of a glare going on, but that's the sun coming through, which I am glad to see, by the way. We're glad to see some sunshine after all the daggum rain we've had the last week.
Disgusting.
So come to JR Sports Bar and Grill. The food is outstanding. If you've never been here, you're missing out. It's kind of like all of our food joints that we're partnered with, Faith.
Right.
I mean, we don't have a bad food place anywhere.
I can confirm I would not let us have a bad food
Right.
place because I'm a little picky.
Well, and the food here, you got about anything you want. It's pub fare, but you got really, really good burgers and chicken fingers, and wings are obviously known for their wings here at JR Sports Bar and Grill. I'm biased, obviously, been around here a long time, but I challenge anybody to go up against their wings. I mean, they're really good. A buddy of mine that fishes professionally, he goes all over the country, and he said that nobody's wings are better than JR's. So we'll talk more about JR's as we're here, and we're about to start here on the Auburn Blitz for TV. I just got the 30-second call, so we're about to roll here. We're glad that you joined us out there wherever it is that you're tuning us in, or tune us in a little bit later. It's a good thing about being on a podcast, and I just hit the mic and almost knocked it off, but good thing about being on a podcast style show, and that you get to record and put it on social media, Faith, and
Do it whenever you want to.
tune it in later if you want. It does not matter to us. Okay, we have about 5 seconds, and then we'll go live for our TV side. All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome into the Auburn Blitz here on this Friday. We are on location at JR Sports Bar and Grill in Alexander City. We continue our road show here throughout the summer and into the fall. We're excited about that. And Faith, good to see you. We had the podcast this morning, but man, we love our own locations, don't we?
Love coming to our own locations. Everybody is so awesome to us every time we're here, or anywhere we go, and always looking forward to getting some food after.
No doubt. It's definitely a perk. No question about it. And JR's has unbelievable food. They've been here in Alexander City for 27 plus years now, serving this community and the surrounding communities. And, you know, the first thing you hear about Alex City is like, where do we need to go eat? JR Sports Bar and Grill. So if you have not been here, if you're one of the few that have not, you need to make sure you come on out to JR Sports Bar and Grill. We would love to see you. Got some shirts as long as they last. There already been some people picking through them over here, Faith. So we do have some Auburn Blitz T-shirts for everybody. We will have those with us everywhere we go throughout the summer. And so if you haven't picked up a T-shirt, here's a great opportunity to come up here to JR's and grab one. We are out of hats. We are totally out of hats. We'll be getting some more hats, I promise. And we got some hats to send to some people that we promised.
Yes, we do. And so we see you, we hear you. We're going to get the orders sent in, and then we will get them over to you.
Probably just going to have to put up a little merch store, you know, and kind of keep it on demand there for people. They can just order and have it sent straight there. But we're glad that you want to wear our stuff, and we really, really appreciate it very, very much. But our program brought to you each and every day by Russell Dewitt Center and Building Supply Stores, J.A. Smith Construction and Excavation, and
Sensagreen for air that's cool and clean. Call them Sensagreen.
We're all up in some cool air here in JR's. It was a little balmy outside as we walked in, a little humid. And tonight, Auburn will be taking on Central Connecticut State in the regional baseball game. I think you're going to head out there.
I am. I think we're going to head out and be in the outfield. Really excited to watch. And this is only my second game of the season this year. So,
well, we've kind of been a little busy.
We have. But
where did this season go, by the way?
I literally don't know anymore. So, but I'm really excited to get out there and watch and just be surrounded with everybody. So,
well, if you're going to go to a baseball game, might as well make it a regional game. I mean, again, we'll talk about that game here in just a little bit. We'll talk about the official visitors that are on campus. We'll talk about some SEC news. I mean, I know that's kind of been a topic that you and I have talked about the last few days on the podcast, and, you know, what college football looks like maybe moving forward, what this conference looks like moving forward, what this conference might do along with the Big Ten here in the next few years. Will they jump out of the NCAA and kind of form something else? It kind of really felt like that might be the case with what Greg Sankey said a few times this week. It's always entertaining to have Lane Kiffin on Paul Feinbaum's show and to see them kind of spar at each other. You can tell Lane Kiffin really hates the guy. He just obliges him and gets up there and tries to make fun of him. And because Paul's not really minced any words about him and what he's felt by him. But it's funny how they can kind of coexist. We'll talk about some comments Kirby Smart had, Hugh Freeze, all of them kind of weighing in on the 8-team or the 8-game, 9-game SEC schedule, what the playoffs probably should look like in their opinion, what's going on in the high school world with pay for play. I mean, it's just happening.
Yeah, it's happening, and it's happening fast, and nobody knows how to control any of it. So the question that everybody keeps asking themselves is, what's next?
Nobody knows. Nobody knows what's next. That's the crazy thing about it. So, yeah, SEC meetings going on, and so we'll see how it works out, see what comes out. Again, look, we're about to be in June, basically, right here on May the 30th. We're heading into June, and then we'll blink. It'll be time for us to go to Atlanta and be at SEC Media Days,
Right.
Which is July the 15th. Man, the first part of July, and again, I'm going to let you talk on the show a little bit about who we sat down with this week. We traveled to Parker High School, and you caught up with one of the top players in the state. So I'll let you talk about that here in a minute. But just, you know, looking at the summer and and kind of how things are going to play their way out, the first week of July is crazy for people committing.
Yeah.
There's going to be a bunch of people committing the first week and a half of July.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of commitments. There's going to be a lot of commitments, not only in the first week, but also just throughout the first, out of July and August.
Right.
Everyone's going to want to go ahead and get it out of the way after they've kind of gone on all their visits and everything. And then before their senior season starts, everyone's going to want to go ahead and have a plan of where they're going. And hopefully we'll be covering a few of the
ones committing to Auburn.
Yeah, I'm hoping. I've had a lot of fun going and talking to different recruits right now, and some of them that have already gone on their Auburn OBs or are going to, and just like their thoughts so far have been, we've only heard good things so far.
We have. You really enjoyed this one this past week. We'll save that for a little bit later in the show to kind of discuss. But first on tap, we'll go ahead and get started with Auburn baseball, Faith. And Auburn baseball, again, with a really good season coming into this matchup with Central Connecticut State. Didn't really have the game they wanted against Texas A&M in the SEC tournament. It's a quick exit for them. Scored 2 runs, hit 2 solo home runs, but Texas A&M had one swing. They had a 3-run homer, and that was the difference in the game. But now all that's in the past. Auburn got a top 4 national seed. First of all, let's talk about that. Guarantees them a host in the Super Regional if they can get through this regional.
Yeah, I think that we've heard everybody say just one game at a time. We've heard that the whole season, especially in those series that we were nervous going into. But I think that applies here too with this weekend, that it's one game at a time and they just have to focus on what they're heading into.
Yeah, I'll let you break down Central Connecticut State here in just a second. But Auburn, if you look at it, being able to host again, what Butch Thompson has done for this program and really building a strong foundation a long time ago. And then you see this as a commonality. I know it's kind of maybe every other year, but Auburn really put together a strong season on the bats of a bunch of freshmen. If you want to look at it, the veterans did well, obviously. Ike Irish, Cooper McMurray. You talked to Cooper McMurray back in April and kind of talked to me about, what they expected with this season. I don't think anybody really knew what to expect from this baseball team because it was so laden with freshmen. But, man, did they step up and rise up. And again, that to me is probably the biggest part of the success. And that's why Auburn was ranked. Let's remind everybody, they were ranked 12th in the preseason in the conference. They ended up finishing in the top 5, which far exceeded the expectations. But you don't know how freshmen are going to react. Obviously, Chase Freilich and all these guys really stepped up Bub Terrell and played outstanding. And not only at the plate, but defensively. And Chase behind the plate, allowing Ike Irish to get in the outfield, making it more versatile. Having both of those guys in the lineup producing. So that was huge. But you can't rest on any of your opponents, Faith. In the regional, it's one game can put you in a bad situation. So you don't look at records. You don't look at names. You go, that's an opponent. We just got to go out there and play good. That's kind of what you look at with Central Connecticut State here.
Yeah, they're right now 31-15 overall, 23-7 in their
It's pretty dang good.
Yeah. And their top pitchers are Drew Munn, and he's 8-2 and 4.34 for his ERA. And then for top hitters, you got Aiden Redhahn at .458.
He hit .458 on the season. One of the better hitters in the country.
Yeah, clearly. 9 home runs. And next is Chris Brown. He's at .33.
Not the rapper, by the way.
He's at 335.
It could be. I don't know. I don't know. It could be him.
I don't think it is. And he's had 17. But yeah, it's just when you go and you look at this, their pitchers are
Well, they're going to start.
Strong.
They're going to start the kid. What's his name?
Vincent
Yeah, Borges, I believe is how.
Voorhees, yeah.
What is he? 10-2 on the season.
10-2 and 4.22 ERA. So I mean, he's just they've got good pitchers, and I mean, I haven't watched a lot of them.
Well, nobody's
all
watched any.
throughout,
Let's
yeah.
just be honest. Nobody's watched Central Connecticut State. To be honest, I didn't even know they had a team. I mean, that's what you get in the regional, but you can't get caught up as a player for Auburn going, who is that?
Right.
Because then you
that's
look
how
up
it-
and this kid gets out on the mound.
and
they
I mean,
go-
they're 23-7 in their conference.
Yeah, so
Which
it's pretty solid. I mean, it's not the SEC, obviously,
Yeah.
but I mean, again, the point is,
you
should
can't
Auburn?
overlook them.
No. Should Auburn take care of business? Absolutely. Do they need to get the bats going again? Yes. Their next
Yeah.
round game, if they get through Central, you don't want to get in the losers bracket because then you start off Saturday morning in an elimination game.
And that's the last thing
They-
you should want.
Yeah, you don't want to do that. So you take care of the first game, then you worry about who your opponent's going to be on Saturday night, either Stetson or NC State. We'll talk about both of those teams here in just a minute as we're getting near to our first break here on the show today. Again, we are live at JR Sports Bar and Grill right here in Alexander City, Alabama. We'd love to see you. They'd love to see you. Just as always, people coming in and like they did
Oh,
last,
it's raining.
and the sun was just out. So again, this is what we're doing. I think we moved to Seattle, Washington. I think we got transported to Seattle, Washington, and nobody told us. So it rains every day. So maybe it won't affect the schedule too much at Auburn today with the regional play. But we are up against our first break. Don't let the rain hold you back. Come out to JR Sports Bar and Grill and get some really good food here this afternoon, or make plans for dinner tonight if you're going to be in Alex City. Don't let the rain put a damper, no pun intended, on your plans for today and tomorrow. All right, up against our first break for TV. Stay tuned. More of the Auburn Blitz right after this. All right, so we are on break for TV, and we appreciate JR Sports Bar and Grill having us here. We were here. It feels like we were just here yesterday, and then that was a month ago, and that's how fast time goes by. Last week was awesome. You got a chance to interview Riley Green,
Yeah.
country music
that was
artist.
crazy.
Got a chance to go and be there for the grand opening of Backyard Dreams, which is another great place that we're really proud to be affiliated with down around Stillwaters. If you haven't checked out Face interview with Riley Green, it's about 4 minutes long, and we were exclusive. Nobody else got a
Very
chance.
rushed. My parents, they said he sounded really nervous. I was like, I was rushed.
You didn't sound nervous at all.
Thanks.
Like everybody said, like, no, seriously, like the first thing Brinley said was like, well, Faith nailed that. Just jumping in there, sitting down real
it
quick.
was rushed.
Kind of
I
give
felt.
everybody the background of that. I mean, we tried to, his schedule was really tight. He had
He had
a
places
line.
to be.
a line
We had
of
a
people.
lot going on. It was hot too, and we lost our little tent, so we were just sitting baking in the heat, waiting to figure out if we were going to even be able to do it. Then we got told no, and then Lane decided to spy. She called Brett over. Brett got it done. I was able to just run up in there. He was in his socks. He wasn't even ready to.
He was tired. You
Yeah.
could tell he was worn out. So
I bet he was. Are you
signing,
kidding?
he signed autographs for 2 hours. And
Taking pictures.
took
You
pictures
know
with
how my cheeks,
oh,
whenever
man.
whenever we finish our show and we have to like sit there and smile for a second, my cheeks always hurt so bad.
He had
I
to
could
do it
not
for 2
imagine.
hours.
Oh, I couldn't do it.
So
Not a chance.
So yeah, it was a great event, though. We're very appreciative of Riley Green and his manager Chase.
Yes.
You know,
he was
without
awesome.
Chase, we wouldn't have been able to get it done. So, speaking of Auburn Blitz gear, Riley Green now has an Auburn Blitz hat. He said he's
the
gonna.
last hat.
He got the last one, so sorry everybody. But he says he changes his hats out during his sets on. I'm looking for somebody at a Riley Green concert to send us a picture with him in an Auburn Blitz.
I hope he does it when he plays with Vincent.
It'd be awesome. Wouldn't it?
Vincent just posted something and he was like, going on tour with Riley Green. Be there.
Yep. And we didn't even name drop anybody to get the interview. So
No,
Kinda
didn't. But I
kept that
did
in.
tell him when I was there, when I did interview him, I was like, hey, by the way, grew
Right.
up with him.
that's right. So that's pretty cool too. So
It is. I went to one of his concerts. It was fun.
So go check out the interview with Riley Green on our Instagram page out there. Really, really cool to be able to sit down with one of the top country music artists right now, I guess, in the world. I mean, he's definitely in the country, but if you're top in that genre, he's definitely one of the top in the world. So,
There's no question.
so
Sorry,
really,
I'm
really
just
cool.
reading
No, really, really cool.
CBS.
Yeah. What? Anything broken? Any news?
Nothing crazy. I'm not the best reader.
We'll talk about the SEC meetings and stuff here in just a little bit when we get the go ahead for TV. Should be coming anytime now. Again, JR Sports Bar and Grill, appreciate them. Chicken fingers, burgers, wings, quesadillas, awesome salads, shrimp po' boy, all the above. Yes, right?
Yep.
All right, so we got about 30 seconds. We'll be back for TV. Appreciate everybody jumping on. And if you got some comments, you can comment away.
SEC prefers that. And then that's what the Big Ten supports.
So they're kind of at odds on that a little bit. All right, 10 seconds. We'll be live on TV again. We appreciate everybody that joins us on the stream. Comment away if you'd like to. We'd love to hear from you. And we are back here. Welcome back on the Auburn Blitz here on this Friday. We are on location. As you can tell behind us, we are JR Sports Bar and Grill in Alexander City. The food smells phenomenal. I asked Faith that you want to go ahead and eat before the show or after, and she's like, not really hungry, but now as you sit here and smell everything, you're definitely eating after it.
I'm getting hungry.
100%. So we appreciate JR's. We appreciate all of our own locations. Our show is brought to you by Russell Do It Center and Building Supply Stores, J.A. Smith Construction and Excavation, and
Cincy Green for air that's cool and clean. Call him Cincy Green.
And I tell Wade you do it better than him now. So he agrees.
Oh,
by the way.
perfect.
He
Thanks,
agrees. So
Wade.
he's in agreement. Talking about baseball, I hope all of you, if you have an opportunity to go out and support. Now I know there were very small amount of general admission tickets remaining for the game, or for this weekend rather. Period. So if you didn't get a ticket, maybe you have to find some on StubHub or whatever. But maybe if you were able to secure a reserve seat or just a general admission seat, go out and watch Auburn tonight, take on Central Connecticut State. Really want to get off to a good start, get a win, get in the winner's bracket, try to win this regional so you can be the first time in school history Auburn would host a super regional.
Right.
I've been to a bunch of super regionals, but never have been in a position to host one. I think we were a national seed. I can't remember when it was, several years ago. And we lost our own regional. So it didn't work out. So now that you are, again, a national seed, really want to take advantage of that opportunity. And we will match up with the Conway, South Carolina regional, and that will be Coastal Carolina, Fairfield, East Carolina, and Florida. So if you're a betting person, you're probably betting on Coastal Carolina or Florida coming out of that regional. I'm sick of Florida. I think I've said that all week. It will be probably fate that we end up playing them again in another championship style environment. Florida got us twice in basketball. They got us in track and field last year for the national championship. They knocked us out of the SEC championship in golf. So they've had our number. So I'm sick of that. So I'm ready for that to turn around. But hey, look. Let them come on. Bring it on, Florida.
I'm sick of it. I'm sick of those ugly colors.
The ugly orange and blue. They're
Yeah.
the wrong orange and blue, by the way. That's
Yeah.
what we tell all the recruits. I mean, look,
It
we
is.
just be honest. You know, they know we're out on the road and we're interviewing these top prospects, and we drop hits. We do.
It's not hard to pick up.
No, it's not hard to pick up. So why don't we start there, kind of shift over to football, OVs. A guy that was in 2 weeks ago on an official visit at Auburn was
Yes,
Bodney
Bonnie Cleveland. We were just up at Parker High School, and I got to catch up with Bodney. You caught up with Coach Warren, his head coach.
Right.
6A.
Super nice guy.
They were 6A
state
champs last year, and Bodney was awesome. Big dude. He was huge. But one of the nicest guys ever, literally so awesome. Got to ask him what it was like winning a state championship. It was the first time in school history that they got to do that. So that was awesome for them. And he visited, like you said, 2 weeks ago. And when he was talking about his visit, he got to catch up with former teammate Jordan Crawford. And we've seen how much of an impact Jordan has been on the Auburn defense side and just what he's been able to do at his young age. And he said his face lit up when I asked him about that. That was one thing that was really, really, you could tell how excited he was to talk about Jordan Crawford. And he said, man, I didn't even recognize him. He looks so different, just the nutrition plan that he's been on, the weight, exercising kind of things that he's been doing. He was like, he doesn't even look the same. But he said it was great catching up with him and hearing how the coaches worked with Jordan to make him a player that actually goes and sees the field. Like, he's not just somebody that goes in and isn't going to be able to see the field. And I'm not saying that's what Bodney would be, but I'm saying that, from Jordan being young when he was going in and how they put in so much work for him to make it to be on the field, and how much of an impactful player he will be, especially this year, but has been. And it seemed like Bodney was getting he just seemed more excited about the whole, okay, I can go there and they'll work me into playing and develop me into being a better player. And I just thought that was awesome.
I do too. I think, when he talked about player development and watching and seeing a teammate of his who was really highly touted coming out of high school in Jordan Crawford. And then he goes down there last weekend and sees Jordan Crawford and how he's morphed into a different looking guy. And, get a chance to sit down with somebody you got a relationship with, and he's going to be straight up with you and honest and say, man, this is what we're doing here. This is really gave Bodney a good feel. And, it's not a secret. Bodney Cleveland's a priority for Auburn on the defensive line. They definitely want to get him. I think he's going to Florida this weekend, right? Yeah. Again, there's that nasty word. Every time I turn around, it's Florida this, Florida that. So, but Bodney Cleveland, a massive man. He's not a kid. I know age-wise he's a kid, but he's a massive man. But like you said, just so respectful, a great interview. Everybody stay tuned next week. Faith will have that out next Friday, her sit down with Bodney Cleveland, another one of the top prospects here in the state. I'm blessed to be able to go and video these and help you put these together. But I'm intrigued at the person, and seeing what kind of person these kids are and what matters to them. And, obviously going on to the next level and playing is important, but the other things in their lives that are important, their families, their hobbies, the things that they do. And, Bodney's just a quality kid, you could tell. And Coach Warren talked about him kind of stepping up and taking on that leadership role this year and expecting him to be a more vocal leader on the defensive side. And, man, he is, again, playing with Jordan Crawford. They were a big-time tandem, but they've got some really good players on that Parker team, even though they lost Neem Alford and Jordan Crawford and the kid that went to Tennessee. They have a phenomenal opportunity to be right back in the hunt again for another state championship. But we're up against another break here on the show. Again, we'll stay up live on our stream. We're here live at JR Sports Bar and Grill. Make sure you come out and get some of this awesome food. We're going to do that here in just a little bit. But stay tuned. A lot more to come here on the Auburn Blitz right after this. One person we're going with to Jamaica. It's like off work or whatever.
Oh, that's nice.
appreciate all of you that tuned us in. And again, JR Sports Bar and Grill. Love coming out here to JR Sports Bar and Grill.
Yes, love JR's.
Y'all interact with us if you'd like. We're not ignoring you. We're just trying to check messages and some other things. We'll dive into some of these.
I'll start checking my Facebook more often.
Let's see. Christian Clemente with a great article out on 24/7 that you need to go look at. Auburn added a late official visitor this weekend from Sweden, by the way. Talk about a.
That was where my show or my movie was.
Oh, really?
In Sweden.
Oh, man.
Oh,
We're
man.
having way too many, like, ironic things go on today.
I'm scared. That was a scary movie.
Valden Stone, 6'3", 316-pound defensive lineman.
What was I about to?
Currently playing at Blue Ridge in Virginia.
Not Georgia.
No, Virginia. So a late addition there. Again, we've had some movement on some guys. Wayne Henry came in this weekend. He was supposed to come in a couple of weeks, but he's coming in with Jair Edwards from St. Francis Academy. That's a big deal.
Yeah.
I mean, because Wayne Henry's already committed to Auburn. So just a little bit of information on Valden Stone. He's
Not again.
They're
everywhere.
Florida's everywhere. So he's actually here today, and then we'll go to Florida on June 13th, and then Oklahoma on June the 20th. That will be his official visit. Big guy, though. Really big kid. 6'3", 316-pound defensive lineman. The number 3 player in Virginia, number 4 defensive lineman in the country. The number 45 player nationally. So, boo to the rain. I'm sorry. I know we have to have rain, but boo to the rain.
Dun, 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 dun.
Cool little insight from a buddy of mine. I'll pass that along to you here in just a minute. Something that he thought would be cool for us to do in the future on the show. Of course, I'm not
Okay.
going to throw it at you right here live.
I was going to say, are we going to do that?
No, we're not going to do it live, but we got 30 seconds before we go back to TV.
It's cold in here.
Not out there, though. It's not. Walk
No.
outside into the rainforest with the humidity. You remember that commercial, by the way?
No.
I'll pull that up. The generation gap. I forget. All right, welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz here on this Friday, brought to you by Russell Do It Center and Building Supply Stores with 9 locations here in Central Alabama for all your home building supply needs. They've got it. Go check them out. They beat the big box store. They've been with us for a long time. Appreciate Russell Do It Center and Building Supply Stores. We also appreciate J.A. Smith Construction and Excavation. No job is too big or too small for them. They'll come out and do residential property up to big, massive commercial size properties. They'll come in and do the site prep work for you and get you ready to build whatever it is that you're going to be working on. And Sensagreen.
For air that's cool and clean, call in Sensagreen.
Saving people what?
Thousands of dollars.
No kidding. Like, how many businesses can say they're saving you thousands of dollars? Not many.
Not many.
So a new install of a carrier unit will get you massive savings. And you know what? The savings keeps coming, because it's going to be better on your power bill.
Right.
So the efficiency of putting in a new unit is going to save you money on your power bill. So you're going to be even happier when you get your power bill and you look and you go, man, that's $100 less than what I used to get.
Right. And
So
are we halfway through our show?
we are halfway through. You picked up on that. You just read my mind.
And that means it's time for Pepper Tree Steaks and Wine. Guys, my parents are coming to town this weekend.
Every time you say
Every
that.
time. And that means they're going to be stopping by Pepper Tree. I'm excited. I'm very excited.
Have you already submitted your order?
Yes.
Okay, I figured you did.
Yeah. So really excited for when they come. And it's going to be so good. They have the best steaks, any cut of meat, truthfully. Steaks, pork. You love their pork
Oh,
chops.
man, they're ribs, too.
Ribs.
God almighty.
The tiger tails, literally anything.
If you have not tried a tiger tail yet, you are really missing out.
Missing
by the
out.
way.
And then I love
Massive.
their twice baked potatoes. They've got a bunch of stuff that you can just throw from the freezer, let it thaw, and then throw it in the oven, let it cook. Super, super easy. So good. So I love Pepper Tree.
Pepper Tree Steaks and Wine in Auburn on East Glen or at Pepper Tree in Montgomery. So go check them out. A late edition was talking about this in the just on the stream off of TV. Another visitor on an OV, and this is always fluid. Guys coming and going, changing their minds on where they want to go. And Auburn's got a big time defensive lineman added to this weekend's list. Go check out Christian Clemente's article on 24/7. All of our good friends over there at 24/7. Jason, Christian. Don't know Nathan as well, but definitely know Jason and Christian. They're on our show all the time. Jason will actually be back on with us on Monday to kind of give us an update on everything. Boy, I talked to him yesterday, Faith. He's swamped. I mean, nobody covers Auburn baseball better than Jason.
Right.
Like all the beat writers, everybody, they do a good job. Nobody pours into the baseball program like Jason does. And so if you want all the baseball information, I thought he's got a good article up kind of previewing the regional today. So go check that out as well. But going back to official visitors, Valden Stone coming in from Virginia, originally from Sweden, by the way. So this international flair Auburn's got going on right now. They got Killian Zaires' brother, Wilson Zaire, from Germany over here. Now he's in Georgia. He's at Raven Gap, Georgia. But now you got Valden Stone coming in, 6'3", 316-pound defensive lineman, the number 45 player in the country, the number 3 player in the state of Virginia, and the number 4 defensive lineman, Faith, in the country.
That's crazy. That's a big boy.
And it's good that you get a guy to go, hey, I'm changing my plans. I'm going to Auburn.
Right.
So I know Vodney, you talked about him just a minute ago up at Parker, top prospect here, top defensive line prospect in Alabama,
Right.
the number 4 player in the state. Talked to him. And then you get this kid in. I think Coach Keen Williams is doing a great job
Yeah.
on the defensive line. He's got a really good connection to these guys. I made a point to ask Vodney about that, and he said definitely loves him. Loved Coach Freeze.
Loved
Face
Coach
lit up
Freeze.
when he talked about
Yeah.
Coach Freeze, and it's good to see. And you and I've been around Coach Freeze a bunch too. He's a very likable guy. I mean,
Right.
he's down to earth, very approachable.
He said he's real funny. I was
He
like,
did.
yeah,
he did.
he
There's
is.
no telling what he was telling him and saying, but they like to mix it up, and that's huge. Again, you don't want to feel like your head coach is unapproachable.
Right.
Like, oh, there he is over there. I mean, you want to kind of be enamored a little bit with him,
Right.
but you also want to know that, hey, if I need to go talk to him, I can just walk up to him and talk to him.
Right. Right. Yeah. I mean, it was great just seeing how enthusiastic and excited he was talking about his visit from Auburn. And again, we've said that the first one is always kind of you want it to stand out because then they're going places and they're going to have all those other schools try to outshine the ones that you've already gone and seen. So having him still be so high on Auburn, we told him, we said, remember that when you go to Florida this weekend. Remember how much fun you had and how much you loved it.
Again, that's also a positive of being first. I know everybody wants to be the last one
Right.
But being first, you kind of set the bar, man. And you go, everything else from here on out, we want to do so well that when you go somewhere else, you go, well, they don't really do it as good here
Right.
as they do it at Auburn. So hopefully that's going to be the vibe. We're going to talk about some of these guys here in just a minute that are going to be in on OVs. It's a very important weekend for Auburn. Could we see a commitment from somebody this weekend? It's early. You see a lot of guys scheduling a announcement date in July. We'll go through some of those too. We've got a list of guys
Yeah.
really here in Alexander City, a very important one coming up in the first week of July. July the 2nd will be Cedarian Morgan. I mean, everybody feels like it'll be between Auburn and Alabama, but he is on an official visit to Georgia this weekend. So he is over in Athens. Hope he gets a bad taste in his mouth about
Yeah,
that. Hope he has a great trip, but hope he comes back and goes, that was all right. So
He posted like a live or whatever, and it was,
last night, yeah, I saw
we're
it.
live in the chat at Georgia. I was like, ew.
X out of that. So
I was like, I'm not watching that.
Yeah,
Disgusting.
yeah, I love Cedarian. Everybody knows I love Cedarian.
I'm going to raise. I'm gonna give him a hard time when I see him next time.
I know you will. I think he's expecting it from you. All right, so we're going to take a break here on TV. We come back, we'll go down this list of official visitors for this weekend and some of our thoughts on what we think might happen this weekend. So stay tuned. More to come here on the Auburn Blitz right after this.
So what? There's 2 more after this?
2 more weekends.
No.
Yeah, 2 more breaks, Shelby. 2 more breaks. 2 more breaks. You need to slide out. Yeah.
I'll go this way.
You can go that way?
Yeah.
All right, we're JR Sports Bar and Grill here in Alexander City. Give us a shout out there if you've been to JR Sports Bar and Grill. I know a lot of you that are watching have been, but great food, great atmosphere. Pretty good crowd here for lunch as always. Lined up down across every table along the wall is full. It is raining here, so outside, so maybe keeping a lot of people indoors right now. But don't let the rain put a damper on your plans. Auburn baseball coming up tonight at 6:00, barring a delay with weather or whatever. So we'll have that. We'll be covering that, and then of course, going to get back to some of these official visitors here in just a minute. So I want everybody to stay on. Justin, Chris ain't getting on. You know that. He runs as far away from a camera as he possibly can. But he can cook up some mighty fine chicken fingers, I can tell you that. Definitely does that. So again, a couple of late additions for Auburn this weekend. We got
Carolina is smoking Florida.
Oh, great.
9-1.
Good. That's good news.
Sorry.
No,
Are we live?
no. Well, yeah, we're live.
On TV?
No, not on TV yet.
Okay.
We're still on stream. We got a bunch of people watching.
Hey guys.
So, well, good. Faith went and got an update on the
East Carolina,
East Carolina,
Florida.
and Florida's getting dusted, and we like that. So
9-1. Whoop.
go East Carolina. Hey, East Carolina's got a good baseball program, by the way.
Yeah, they do.
Really good baseball program. So Wayne Henry's a commit to Auburn from St. Francis Academy, and was scheduled to come in a couple of weeks, but changed his visit. Jaira Edwards, his teammate, is going to be here as well. So I like the way he changed that. I'm glad they're here together. All right?
Yeah.
Glad they're in here together. So
I would want to go with my friends too.
right. So and Auburn's already got someone on the roster from St. Francis Academy. And what is the weather looking like for later on today?
Oh, it looks like it's coming in at 1 o'clock.
Well, of course it is. Right
Why
in
wouldn't
time
it?
for the Stetson NC State game to start. So everything can be hours
back.
behind. So,
Yeah, who knows? Maybe I won't be going to the game.
if it's pouring rain, you probably won't be. So maybe it'll get out of here permanently. Look, I'm not asking
You
for a
don't
drink.
want it ever again.
Just tired of it right now. Just give us a break.
You're
every
about
once
to
in a
go to
while.
Jamaica.
It's probably gonna be raining down there too. So
Imagine.
it always rains in the Caribbean. So
Well, for like 2 minutes.
yeah, it was, and then it gets really hot after that. So
Oh,
what are we
it's
looking
just a small little wave.
at? Okay. Well then,
Yeah, we're good. Look at it.
yeah, it looks like it gets on out here pretty fast. Okay.
Oh, 2 o'clock is gonna be nasty.
Maybe a little bit of a delay, but not bad. Are you getting ready to get back? All right, welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz here live on location at JR's Sports Bar and Grill. Got a couple segments left for TV, and then we're going to stay up a little bit longer as we are on location. Our summer, fall on location tour continues on.
I like that you call it a tour.
It is a tour. We're on tour on Fridays most of the time.
Most of the
Sometimes
time.
it's midweek. Last week it was midweek because it was a little bit of a priority for us to be there.
Yeah, it was.
Riley Green. Go check out Faith's interview with Riley Green. If the camera work sucked, it's my fault. Okay.
Oh,
So,
he did
I
the
mean,
best he could.
Yeah, but that one was a little bit of a, like you said, it was kind of a quick, let's go
Rush.
get it done. But so we weren't able to just get everything prepped like we wanted to do it. But Faith pulled it off. She did a great job of finding out. We wanted to know who Riley Green's favorite football team was because he sings about all these different teams and his songs. And
You know what Reese told me? He said he only said that because you were making him say
I don't
it.
believe that.
I don't either.
He had an Auburn hat on.
Well, he was like, only because he's close to Auburn right now.
I don't believe that.
I don't either.
I really don't think. He kind of went into depth. Go watch the interview. He kind of talked about his granddad being an Alabama fan, but he said he's all Auburn. He said he doesn't even try to hide it anymore. He's like, I used to kind of buzz it, keep people guessing, but he goes, I don't care anymore. So I guess when you get
I just have a hater.
40 million listens on Spotify a month, I don't think the hat you wear
40
really is
million.
gonna
a
really
lot.
matter. So it's a lot. It's a lot. So anyway, go check that out. All right, talking about some more of these guys. I talked about it. Wayne Henry has already committed to Auburn from St. Francis Academy. His teammate Jaira Edwards, one of the top safeties in the country, who is a 5-star, will be in with him this weekend now. And Wayne changed his visit to this weekend. He was supposed to visit in a couple weeks,
Right.
but he changed his visit. So glad to have both those guys in. But Jaira Edwards, 6'2", 205 pounds, the number 3 safety in the country. Everybody wants him. He's got other official visits coming up after Auburn's. He'll go to Alabama, unfortunately, June 6th through the 8th, and then he'll go to Texas A&M the 13th through the 15th, and then Oregon. Will travel all the way out to Oregon, which, by the way, again, these coaches, like, I think back at the old school coaches like Pat Dye and Bear Bryant and those guys, and watched Dan Lanning jump in the pool with this kid a few weeks ago, the commitment, the 5-star defensive end. 16 days later, he decommits. It's like, dude, you look stupid when you do stuff like that. Like, the gimmicky crap that these coaches will go to get these kids now, and he's sitting at the pool in his underwear, by the way, and says, does all this stuff and has this video produced, and then they get all excited and they jump in the pool and they're holding up the O, let's go. 16 days later, he ain't even committed anymore. Stupid. So
Tell him.
I mean,
Tell
you look stupid when you do stuff like that. So anyway, now everybody's like, well, Hugh Freeze jumped in the pool with Perry Thompson. Well, Perry Thompson ended up coming to Auburn. I guess you could say you thought he was stupid too. I'm glad he did stick with Auburn.
Yeah.
But I guess coaches do things. They try to make it fun for the recruits and stuff like that. But it's pie in the face when it doesn't work out. Jaira Edwards, though, is probably the highest rated guy in this weekend. Got a couple of guys that are already committed. Like I said, Wayne Henry, Hezekiah Harris. We talked about him.
Yep.
That's going to be somebody you're catching up with soon. We don't know when.
Got to go up and see him soon.
That's going to be we got to make that one count. Got to go all the way to Huntsville.
It's going to be a trip.
It's going to be a trip.
Long day.
So going to catch up with him. And then, of course, a priority. He's been committed since last July. And that edge rusher position.
And he still has, 3 other visits?
Yeah, he's got to go to Tennessee. I'll pull up where he's going to go. He's going to go to Florida, of course, next weekend. Tennessee, and then that's it. So he's got Florida and Tennessee left to go visit. So I think it's important that Auburn really kind of solidifies with him how important he is to this class. I mean, he's been committed, and they've obviously got a good relationship, but nothing's ever for sure until the ink's on the paper.
Yeah, until it's really signed.
So
that's so annoying.
Yeah.
I don't want him to go anywhere else.
Well, I don't think he ends up going anywhere else.
I'm saying on visits.
Oh, yeah, to just shut it down.
Yeah.
I don't want him to go anywhere on that either.
Dylan Purder shut his down.
He sure did, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
He's all LSU. Before we went down there and interviewed, or you interviewed him, we thought all the things that we were reading, he still had an open.
Yeah, still had an open
recruitment. He shut that down pretty quick.
Yeah, when I asked him, he was like, "Nope, not going anywhere."
He's like, I'm done. He's like, I'm not taking any more. All right, another commitment for Auburn that'll be in is Parker Pritchett from Columbus, Georgia. Big time interior offensive lineman, 6'5", 310. His official visits outside Auburn is Florida, Mississippi State, and Georgia. So 2 of your favorites on there.
Ew, that whole list is bad.
Yeah, that's just terrible all the way around. So he has to pick Auburn, right?
Speaking of, let me just skip.
All right, you get an update? Okay, love it.
The Georgia baseball game right now in Athens, they're all delayed, so can't keep up with them yet. But Florida got another run in, so it's
what inning is it in?
The top of the 5th. Top of the 5th, 9-5, or no, sorry, 9-2.
You were trying to think of 9 to 5 the song, right?
That's exactly
trying
what
to
I was
work 9
thinking.
to 5.
No,
Who's ever worked 9 to 5? I mean, that's not even a full day.
no.
Well, 8 to 5.
Yeah, it is.
Well,
9 to 5 is.
Yeah, it is, I guess.
It's 8 to 4.
Most everybody starts at 8 o'clock, though. Most people start their day at 8.
We do.
We always do.
Actually earlier, but that's fine.
Yeah, we just get going online at 8. All right. So a couple of commitments, 3 actually, will be in on this visit for Auburn. So going to be catching up with that. And then, of course, Wilson Zaire, the legacy, Killian Zaire, his brother played at Auburn. He's got some official visits after Auburn coming up. They'll go to Wisconsin, Michigan, and Alabama. So he's going to be on the northern tour outside of Alabama at the end of the month. So again, hopefully Auburn with that connection there, big kid, 6'6", 280 pounds, big offensive tackle. So a couple of really key offensive line targets coming in on this particular visit for Auburn. All right, going to take the final break here on the show for TV. Stay tuned. One final segment coming up right after this. So giving us some score updates over there, Faye.
Oh, I do what I can.
Big yawn there for everybody.
Yeah, sorry. Had to get a good stretch in. Ow.
So has it stopped raining outside?
It looks like it.
It doesn't look like it's stopped.
Thank goodness. Cincinnati is beating Wake Forest right now 3-0. In case anybody
do what now?
Cincinnati is beating Wake Forest 3-0. Kentucky and West Virginia is also delayed. North Carolina is beating Holy Cross by 4.
That's so sacrilegious for them to beat Holy Cross. I mean, it is. I'm sorry. Wake me up in November regarding recruiting. Hopefully we're having a great season and we can make our final strong offer for for these guys at decision time. I agree. Just, I think there's going to be a lot of Missouri going on this year for people, fans and players. Show me.
Show me.
I think
Please.
Auburn. I think all these kids really like Auburn. I think you're going to see some commit to other places, and like you said, Justin, if we're having a good season, I think you'll see them flip.
We just have to have a good season.
Yep.
My gosh.
Well, we're going to be on the road, and when you're on the road and you're not any good, that just makes for misery.
I literally told Brett, I said, if we're flying back and I have to walk through an airport at the home of wherever it is, I'm going to probably lose my mind.
Hopefully after a big W, we can talk about that too. The kickoff times are announced for the first 3 games. No surprise that the Baylor game is at 7 o'clock. We were happy to hear that. So not that it was really going to be any other time on a Friday night, but then you got 6:45 the next week. Is that Ball State?
Yep. And then 11. No, that was 6:30.
6:30, or 6:45. I can't remember.
I know 11:45.
Okay. 11:45 for
South Alabama
Right.
homecoming.
and that's early, isn't it?
Not as bad as 11.
I'm talking about early for homecoming, isn't it?
Oh, yes. I always thought they did homecoming in like October.
3rd week of the season, you get homecoming out of the way. Yeah, it's gonna be hot for that one. 11:45.
Yeah.
It'll either be excruciatingly hot or it'll be pouring rain. So one of the two.
I don't know which one I want.
I don't want pouring rain.
It'll probably be hot.
Pouring rain things out the door for me. We're getting plenty of that right now. So had enough of that. Sick of it. Tired of it. Get on out. Adios.
Yeah.
All that.
Buckle
Right?
your seatbelt.
Buckle your seatbelt.
Ooh, it's so cold in here.
You must have a sensory unit.
I was thinking the same exact thing.
Well, you don't want it to be hot in a restaurant.
No,
You know.
I'm always just cold too. So.
Got some T-shirts. People have already grabbed several of them, and saw some people picking through them over there just a minute ago. Glad that you come by, and we're glad to be at JR's. Again, we'll be back again next month.
Yep.
Be at the end of the month.
It will. Wait. Nope.
No,
Beginning. Nope.
it'll be at the
And-
end of June.
Yes.
So we got 30 seconds before we come back here for TV, and then we'll wrap it up for TV, stay up a little bit longer. Talking about some of these official visitors, going to wrap that list up. Talk a little bit about Tahad Pettiford. What big news that was coming back for Auburn. We were waiting to hear, and on Wednesday he makes that announcement. He waited to the last day.
Guys, I got my nails done.
I didn't know what you were doing there for a
Showing
second.
people my nails.
Okay. Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz final segment here on the show for TV. We're glad that you joined us. Again, want to thank JR Sports Bar and Grill here in Alexander City for allowing us to come in and do the show from here. Great crowd down there for lunch. As always, the food's outstanding. Come out and check them out. I mean, chicken fingers, wings, quesadillas, burgers, salads. They got it all. Po' boys. I mean, you can't go wrong with anything on the menu. Come check out JR Sports Bar and Grill. Again, thanks to Russell Dewitt Center and Building Supply Stores, J. Smith Construction and Excavation, and
Sensigreen for air that's cool and clean. Call on Sensigreen.
it's pretty cool in here right now.
It
so,
is. It's cold.
Yeah, you're freezing. You would think it would be like middle of January if you looked at Faith over here right now. All right, so official visitors, a couple of more, and one that we've talked to death, but it's worthy of the discussion is Landon Duckworth.
Yeah, just being the only quarterback that we're pursuing in the 2026 class is just
Well, Travis Burgess kind of broke news of last week committing to North Carolina. He was supposed to be in on this visit. We were all interested to see kind of how that was going to work out with both of those guys being here. And you got to worry about it now.
Who was I talking to? I was talking to somebody yesterday, and they were saying stuff. Okay, I don't know. This is kind of off topic, but they were talking about Deuce and just how he's hopefully going to be able to converse with Landon and show him, hey, this is like where I am at in developing.
Sure.
And how, I've got a few things to work on, but this spring has given me a lot of reps and practice of when I need to release the ball, how I can, stay in the pocket and do all this kind of stuff. So that was encouraging to hear yesterday too, just about that, and hopefully again that he's going to be relaying that to Landon.
I think that's probably one of the biggest things that doesn't get discussed a lot about official visits is the conversations with the existing players and the recruits, and really sitting down with them and how conversational they are. What do they feel like they can build a relationship with? Especially with quarterbacks. Is that a guy they look like they could get along with and work together with in a quarterback room?
Well, and can they take the authority and the initiative and be the director of the offense as a quarterback? I think Deuce has shown those leadership skills and stuff through spring, and we saw a lot of that, and I think that'll be something that Landon hopefully will be able to see and be able to also produce himself too with those leadership skills.
You got Ole Miss and South Carolina that really are the two that most people feel like are the leaders for him, but a lot of that could change this weekend. I'm going to be interested to hear what Jason says on Monday about, and I know he'll probably have a chance to sit down and catch up with him. You and I'll be heading to Jackson High School in a few weeks to catch up with Landon and Kean and Xavier. I know a lot of people are putting their crystal ball in for Xavier to go to Alabama now. So
let's go see him before.
Yeah, June the 26th, I think, is when he's.
Oh, we're going.
Well,
June 25th.
Right before. So, again, a very talented football team down there. Again, Darian Morgan, July the 2nd. You've got Marquez Daniels at Booker T. Washington,
5th.
July 5th or 6th. I think maybe 6th.
Oh, maybe it's 6th. And then
Bodney.
July 4th.
And then you've got there was one more.
You think Jaquez is doing it this week?
Yeah, we even talked about Jaquez. Now, we've talked about Jaquez
a lot
the last couple of weeks. I know you interviewed him. That interview's out. Real quick, before we go off, kind of changing the subject real quick, preview your On the Front Row here that's coming up.
Yes, okay.
Today.
My episode of On the Front Row with Faith with Maka Charamba is coming out today at 2 o'clock. Maka was awesome. He was so much fun to talk to, and we talked a lot today about international athletes, and he's one of them. He's from Zimbabwe, and you get to hear his whole story about how he made it over to the States, who was pursuing him to come over. He just set a national record in the United States for the 200 meter at 19 seconds, 0.92. And it's 4th in the world. So that's a crazy record to have an Auburn athlete hold. He just did that 2 weeks ago at SEC's. That'll be out at 2. He was so awesome. Get to hear all the different kind of connections he made and why he came to the States too. He played rugby. He was going to go play rugby somewhere. So yeah, just go listen to that. It was so much fun talking to him.
One of your great interviews with Auburn athletes. It's going to be out at 2 o'clock, so go check it out right here on our YouTube channel. If you haven't subscribed, please go do that as we close out the TV side. Again, we will be back with you next week, as always, at noon for the Auburn Blitz. But Auburn Blitz podcast every day at 8 o'clock in the morning. Faith and I'll be back with you there as well. And looking forward to have Jason Caldwell with us there on the show. That's going to wrap it up for TV. Stay tuned. Everybody, we'll be back with you next week for more of the Auburn Blitz for Faith. I'm Brett saying we've enjoyed it. We hope you have. See you next time. All right, so we're going to stay up here at JR's, and we're going to order some food, more importantly. Excited about that. So, yeah, don't let the rain and the weather prevent you from coming and getting some of this awesome food. And, again, if you can't make it out for lunch, make dinner plans to come out to JR's Sports Bar and Grill. If you're in Auburn,
Go to Pepper Tree.
Go to Pepper Tree. Go to Bunkers. Go to Baumhauer's. Go to Byron's. go everywhere that we're partnered with. We appreciate.
I'm trying to think who else.
We hate to leave
If
anybody
you
out.
need a law firm, go to Travis West.
That's right. Yeah, you're really going down the list now. If you want your kitchen and bathroom redone, call Old Number One Customs.
Let's see.
Get a new water filter called JFA Blue.
JFA Blue at 844 JFA Blue.
Memorized right there in the noggin.
Let's see. Yeah, it looks. Oh. Okay. It'll definitely be gone by 3:30. It seems the weather in Auburn.
So,
Well, not the weather, but the rain.
so is it raining right now?
No.
Okay, so should be getting first pitch going now. It's 1 o'clock. But we are at JR Sports Bar and Grill in Alex City.
Yeah, anywhere from about 1:15 it looks like to about 2:30. It's gonna be raining. So, but it doesn't look like it's really gonna be thundering or anything. I could be making that up, but there it is. Delayed.
Well, there you go. Probably lightning somewhere.
Let's ask.
All your sources over there. Just going to make a quick call over here. No big deal. Miami and Alabama to get started in Hattiesburg at 2 p.m.
Is it thundering?
Let's see, LSU and Little Rock at 2 p.m.
The first pitch was delayed.
Kentucky, West Virginia at 1:45. Houston Christian and Texas supposed to be starting here right now. Go drop the bag to EJ and Landon for Auburn.
All right, I don't know why it's delayed. It's not raining, it's not thundering, nor is it lightning.
Or
so,
they are just expecting it to happen, but you think you go ahead and try to get it going.
I don't know. Weird.
Okay, good deal. So
Should I answer it?
we'll get them in just a minute. We'll get off here in just a little bit, and we'll finish up. I got to make another phone call too here in just a little bit. We want to stay up for a little while
As long
longer
as we can.
here at JR Sports Bar and Grill. Phenomenal place to come and eat. If you haven't been to JR's, man, I don't know what you're doing. You're missing out on some great food. We're about to get some of that great food here in just a minute. But again, baseball is on tap today. We didn't really talk about Tahad before the show went off. We didn't get a chance. So let's do that now. Tahad Petterford announcing Wednesday that he would be coming back to Auburn. What a massive announcement that was for us.
Yeah, that was huge. It was honestly really just going to screw up the entire dynamic
Just
of the
screw
team.
it over.
I'm just saying, like, what?
Well, it
we
would
had to
have.
go- Yeah, we had to go and really think about what we were going to do if he wasn't coming back. And he really wanted to wait until the very last second.
He did. He could have waited till like that night. He had to midnight to do it, but
Yeah, I mean, but he seriously had to wait until the very last second for everybody to really sit and think about what he was going to do. It was, I'm trying to find it so that I can say the exact quote because I don't want
oh, I saw about Coach Pearl.
no.
But what he said, okay, never mind then.
Okay, well, I'll just go ahead and say what I remember.
You can paraphrase.
Yeah, so it was Keyshawn Hall that was saying
Oh, yeah,
that,
yeah.
he and Tahad are going to be the best. Starts with a T.
Tandem.
Tandem. Yeah, I didn't want to say tantrum.
You were going to pitch a tantrum if he didn't come back.
I would have, and it would not have
You
been
wouldn't have been
fun
the
for
only
you.
one. You wouldn't have been the only one.
But yeah, I mean, I think it's going to be great. He said that they were going to be the two that score the most in the country
I mean,
between the two of them, and the
they're
confidence from the both of them is just that's what we
their
need.
point per game average. I mean, go find a better duo.
Yeah, but that's what we need. We need
That's
this
what I'm
like
saying, yeah.
confidence.
Keyshawn Hall's got confidence, man. Coming from Central Florida, I think he was. I mean, obviously, he was one of the top players in the portal. Huge getting that commitment. And then, of course, Todd Bedford coming back, and then the makeup of this team. Man, you had Keyshawn Murphy from Mississippi State, and
I guess I'm gonna have to accept that he's a state boy.
not anymore.
I know, but was
He's
I'll
a
have to accept
hometown
it.
state of Alabama guy that
I
went to
know.
Mississippi State that I think maybe wanted to come to Auburn, but Auburn really didn't pursue him heavily
Right.
out of high school. But now he ends up in
I
the right
know.
place. So
I just think
you'll
gonna
get
have
over
to
it.
get over it.
After he has the first dunk of the year, you'll get over it.
Probably.
So, did we talk? Yeah, we did talk about the kickoff the games.
We
I
did
didn't know
do
if we
that.
talked about it on TV or not. I don't know. I don't think we did.
Oh,
So-
I'm so bummed that it's delayed. That just means our game is going to be delayed.
Oh God, it may not get started at 8:00. You won't be going because you'll be trying to go
to bed.
get in the bed at 8:00. So, we didn't talk about this, and don't want to bring up bad stuff, but man, hate that the baseball game is on ESPN Plus when it gets started, Steve.
If it ever gets started.
The golf team, man, was disappointing. They make it to the match play. They're the number 2 seed, and Virginia knocks Auburn out. Oklahoma State ends up winning the whole thing.
Yep.
That was their 12th men's golf national championship.
Oh, I think I said Oregon State. Or did I say Oklahoma
I think
State?
you said Oklahoma State.
Okay.
I don't think you said Oregon State. But 12th golf national championship for Oklahoma State.
Ugh. I wish we would have won again. That would have been awesome.
2 in a row would have been huge. But again, congratulations to the men's golf team. I mean, Jackson Coyven earned his.
PGA Tour card.
That's right.
Which is sick.
Well, we knew that was coming, and just last year what he was able to do. Brendan Valdez, you
Mhm.
interviewed him several weeks ago, and really great catching up with him. And again, shout out to those guys. Didn't finish the way they wanted to finish, but just a very, very good season, and another really, really good. Yeah, it's on ESPN Plus, like I said. So I'm glad you put that up there, Andy, for everybody to see. So yeah, you got a delay for what is has it started, guys, yet? Because what we're seeing on here is it's delayed. Are y'all still showing that it's delayed, or is the game started? Let us know.
Did you say that
What?
Brendan and Jackson were first team All-American
I did not.
by Payne? Yeah. So that's cool. And a
They
big
deserved
deal. Yes.
100% deserved it.
And then DJ Bennett and Ava are going to be playing in the U.S. Open wild card.
So that you talked to her about that in your
Yeah.
interview.
I did. And
Look at all this news you broke and stuff in these interviews.
Thanks.
Broke Sadarian Morgan's commitment
Don't
date.
get me started on that.
Everybody knows where the real information came from.
Hey,
Florida's getting him. Yeah, we're ready to order.
Oh,
whenever.
okay. I didn't know if y'all were.
No, we're still on, but
Okay.
you want to tell everybody, hey?
No.
So yeah, we're so used to being. I live my life on camera, so it's like everything I do is filmed.
I know. Look, I was over here ducking behind y'all.
I saw you ducking. I saw
That's
you kind of creeping
hilarious.
around back there. So, all right. So, what do you want?
I'll do
The most important part of the show right now, guys, is what we're ordering.
the chicken Quesadilla.
Okay, do you want mushrooms and onions in it?
No, thank you. Just chicken and cheese,
And you want
please.
french fries for your side or the lettuce and tomato?
French fries,
Okay.
please.
I'm gonna go with the chicken finger basket,
Okay.
fried, no slaw, extra fries, and a couple mild on the side.
Can I get a cup of mild too, please?
Yes,
Thank
ma'am.
you. Reese always says that it's buffalo. It's not mild. I'm like, it is.
Well, it is mild buffalo sauce.
But I always call
So-
it mild. Like if I go to the store or like any restaurant, I
It's
always say, "Can I
buffalo
get mild?"
sauce. It's
And
buffalo
he's like,
wings.
no,
I
you
mean,
have to ask for buffalo. I'm like, ugh.
I'm sure he appreciates you getting on here just
I know nobody knows him.
raking him over the coals.
Nobody knows who he is. He's
The
a secret.
The mystery guy.
The mystery Reese. He's a secret.
At least he's not. At least you're not doing the Mentateo imaginary boyfriend like he did the imaginary girlfriend for a whole year.
Who did
At
that?
Notre Dame. You haven't
What?
seen all that, guys. What are we
Guys,
doing
I'm
over
not
here?
chronically online.
You were younger too, by the way, when that happened. I have to keep that in mind. You were probably shoot.
2003.
No, I wasn't that far.
I know, but I'm saying that's when I was born.
Well,
so
I
that's
don't.
really
Don't
thing.
you don't have to continue to tell everybody that. You know, I get it.
Oh, three.
Um,
How old are you guys? Just kidding.
yeah, everybody put your name or your age up
This
there.
is on.
But no, wait,
Aspiring
but
Sports.
anyway, just kind of a background on that.
He
why-
just said this is an aspiring sports broadcaster.
She again, Justin, you got to remember, she was probably 6 years old when all this went down. So
Oh, gosh.
I don't know when it was. Let's see when Mantateo was playing at Notre Dame.
I didn't have phones or iPads or anything like that growing up. I actually played outside in the dirt. So, Reese said the weather is getting bad now.
Well, that's great.
Perf.
Mantateo played at Notre Dame from 09 to 12.
So I
you
wasn't
were
even 10.
Did I say you were 6?
Mhm.
I said it. I told you. So Justin, say she's 6 years old. She don't care about Mantateo. I'm thinking that, she should know that. So that's on me. But Mantateo, to give you a little background, he was catfished, or he catfished people. He had said he had this relationship with this girl and all this stuff, and made up all this stuff, and it was all made up. It was imaginary.
Ew, that's
It's imaginary.
creepy.
It was
Is that
all
illegal?
imaginary.
I feel like that's illegal. It should be.
Trying to see if they actually had it on here. Catfishing incident. Te'o told many media outlets both his grandmother and his girlfriend had died on September 12, 2012. Te'o said his girlfriend, he made up all this stuff, went to Stanford, had been injured in a car accident, all that, made up, and was getting treated for leukemia and all that. She never even existed.
There's a Netflix documentary.
Yes,
on it?
there's a Netflix documentary.
Oh my gosh.
Yes. You got to watch that. You got to go pull that up.
I have to. Oh my
I actually
gosh.
haven't seen it, Justin. Is it good? It's got to be good. What goes through your mind to be wait,
I feel
that
like
you
it should
making
be
all that
illegal.
stuff
I
up?
feel like it should be
Well, I think
illegal.
there should be something to it. Some type of that's just a straight up crime, a hoax.
What else is there to talk about?
Jack Swarbrick confirmed the university had hired private investigators to uncover the source of the hoax. That's terrible.
How do you know that they're
So
lying?
I guess he thought he thought he had a long distance relationship. So I guess he'd never met her. That's stupid too, I think.
That's crazy. Okay, let's
Yeah, it
see.
was that great national championship game where they got their doors blown off by
East
Alabama.
Carolina is smoking them at
Was it
10
6th or 7th
to
inning now?
6th. The top of the 6th.
Just go ahead and wipe them out. Just get rid of them. So that puts them in the losers bracket if they can hold on. And we're good with that. But going back to Tahad, kind of got off track. Tahad coming back was probably the most crucial. I mean, Jedi was huge, obviously. coming back last year. But for this particular team, not having a single player back from last year and it being your point guard, the guy that was really going to drive the bus
Yeah.
for you, that's so massive,
Yeah.
huge. So we're glad. So everything's kind of – Bruce Pearl and I put a good team together, talented. Kid from Texas Tech, really good guard there, really good defensive player. You had the kid from Europe coming over, the 6'9" kid, Philippe.
Is he from the same place as Luca?
No, I don't think so.
I thought you said that yesterday.
Well, no, we were just kind of going through all the foreigners that are in the NBA that are so good. We talked about Dirk Nowitzki. We talked about Luka. We talked about the Joker, Nikola Jokic, that plays for Denver. Of course he did.
Marion
Yeah.
Kyle.
I mean, yeah, of course he did, Justin. I mean, that's what he does. I mean, so we'll be up for a few more minutes. When the food comes out, we'll shut it down.
So we can eat and not look
Because
at people watching.
The smell in here is unbelievable right now.
I know. I smell the mild sauce and it smells so good.
It does smell really, really good.
It's like certain mild sauces that are bad
Right.
that I don't like.
That you don't like?
Yeah,
You want to name drop them?
not really.
Okay. We don't want
There's a place in Oxford though.
to bash anybody.
It's like it has to have the right color.
Yeah, it's got to
Don't
be.
you agree?
Yeah, 100%.
LOL. I don't hate anyone, but I hate that guy.
You would.
Justin's.
Oh. So he technically doesn't even classify as a human. Because you don't hate anyone, but you hate him. So he's so low on the totem pole, he doesn't even qualify as a person. I mean, but why do some people feel like they've got to be the ultimate prick all the time?
Oh gosh.
Like, I don't like Alabama at all, but I don't make it a point to go on Twitter and any of these other outlets and see how big of a smarty I can be about everything. Like, there's not anything you can really take serious. So, I mean, he's easy to dislike. I'll put it that way. I'm going to try to keep it PC. Can you believe I'm
PC?
trying to actually keep it PC?
I thought it was PG.
Politically correct, not parental guidance.
Oh man, it's Friday, isn't it?
Where are you going, Brett? The Caribbean. Yes.
Jamaica.
Jamaica, Mom.
You guys go follow him out there.
Yeah, everybody's welcome. Y'all come on.
He didn't invite me, so
I just catch it all the time from every angle. So
it's okay.
all the hate over here. I get all the hate.
Wow,
So
you're really calling it hate?
I get all the
You want me to sit
hate.
this over here?
Yes, and say that. Yeah, that is our
Timing.
cue though. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, Justin. We're excited about it. Yeah. Some Coke Zero, please.
Oh,
Yeah. We're going to close it out here. Thanks, guys. Appreciate y'all so much. All right, folks. It's been fun, as always. Love JR Sports Bar and Grill. We're about to go have our lunch here, and make sure you make JR as part of your plans today, tomorrow, whenever it is that you can get to JR's. We will be on the road next Friday again. Do we know where it is? Are we in Auburn?
Are we at Baumhauer's?
Or Baumhauer's or Byron's one.
Yep.
So, hey, we're going to do a better job of putting a graphic out to let everybody know during the week. And appreciate you, buddy. Thank you so much. So to kind of let everybody know, but again, really getting this summer fall tour going, and we really appreciate it. But make sure you go subscribe to our YouTube channel. Yes, another food place, 100%. We love it. Can't go wrong, man. I mean, just can't go wrong. But go subscribe if you have not done that. We appreciate all of you so much. We will be back with you on Monday. Well, actually, I'll be with you tomorrow with Randy and Luke for Saturday Sports Countdown. And then we'll be back, Faith and I, and Jason will be on with you Monday morning. So I'll be coming to you from way south. We'll do that. So looking forward to it. All right, guys, we appreciate it so much. Check out JR Sports Bar and Grill. Please go out there and frequent all of our partners here on the program. We really appreciate it so much. Y'all have a great weekend. Have
The best day ever.
and a big old
War Eagle.